Friends, hi. I had a really cool cover, like a I'm going to be here in a second, so just hang on thing, and here's what we're going to talk about today thing. But it didn't work out. And there's so many details when you do a live, and I'm not a huge detail person. I don't know. It depends on the subject. Anyway, I'm delighted that you're here. And whether it's today with me now or on the replay, today we are going to talk about repertoire for CCM pop rock singers. So I have a couple of suggestions for you that I think you'll like. And I also have, I have a thing that I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. And I'm going to share that with you today. We're also going to address the elephant in the room, unhealthy singing. That's me leaning toward my mic. Can you see my mic? So, last week on part one of CCM Repertoire, I talked about how song choices in microphone music can be easier because you can change keys willy-nilly, generally speaking, and also harder because you have to work with the student's preferences. Which are not always as informed as you wish they would be, or they might be things that are unfamiliar to you, any number of reasons. But also, you get to work with their preferences, which is handy. And it can be one of the things that can help you guide their choices. Other guides we talked about were goals, skill goals, and performance goals. And this week, we're going to get more specific. I have a few suggestions for selecting songs easier. And we're going to talk about how to deal with your voice teachery feelings about when a student wants to sing one of those songs. You listen to the pop rock singer and you think, this singer is going to ruin their voice. Oh, no. You clutch your pearls, don't you, darling? We clutch our pearls, don't we? And we say, this singer's going to ruin her voice. Why ever would my student want to sing this song? Or sing this way? And whatever shall I do to help my student without dashing their hopes upon the rocky shore of artistic dreams, ruined artistic dreams? I let go of my pearls, didn't I? Anyway, so we're going to talk about that too. I am Meredith Colby, and I support voice teachers to create healthy CCM. No, let's try that again. That's my book. I messed up my shticks. My name is Meredith Colby. I support voice teachers to create confident teaching, one of my favorite words, confident teaching of CCM pop rock styles. And I'm also the author of Money Notes. This is what I was trying to say before, which introduces neurovocal method, which is a way to teach healthy CCM pop technique based on brain science. So next week, I have a picture for that. Well, it's telling me you have a picture for that. No, there's my book. Okay. I was supposed to do that before. I don't read my own notes. How sad is that? And then we have next week, I'm going to run a masterclass called Boost Your CCM Pop Mojo. Hi. Hi, Rita. She says, Rita Viva says, I'm rolling on the floor. My pearls fell off. And Michelle Yenna says, love these sessions. Yay. You are so funny, Rita. I love it. Anyway, okay. So, the masterclass. So I did this masterclass a month ago, but this will be different because that's how I roll. Things change, right, Rita? Rita knows. Things change in my world. Anytime I learn something new, becomes part of the greater whole, and then I try to share it with you guys. So my freebie today, you are going to love my freebie today. It's kind of something I promised Rita a really long time ago. My freebie this week is called Pop Rock Songs, a Short List to Make Everyone Happy. which is not the best title, but it's what I did. It also includes suggestions that I'm going to make during this live, so no need to take notes, people. And when this video is wrapped up, I'm going to add links in the comments to where you can download this resource. So if you're watching live, be sure and hop over to my Facebook page, grab the link. If you are watching on the replay, just check out the comments. It'll be there. Because that is something I do remember usually. Anyway, so right here, live, and then it says command 2. There we go. Okay, now feel free to add to the chat. I love to hear from you. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, something that's worked for you that you want to share, I would love to hear it. Now, the first thing we're going to do, returning to the pearl clutching, we're going to call out the thing, and I don't care how hip you think you are. There have been times when a student has played a song for you and it has made you think, oh no, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. You hear the original artist of the song and you smell trouble for your student. Now, I wish I had some comprehensive scientific study that I could share with you right now, but I don't. So instead, I'm just going to throw out some things that I would just like you to put in your cranium and just ruminate on and just consider. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you ideas of things you can think about when the student shows up with that song. And Amanda goes, I know I'm not hip. You are. You're super hip, Amanda. And Tiffany Owen says, I'm so excited for the resource. So much to learn. I think you're going to like this resource. I spent a really long time. It was basically me making something that I have anyway, civilized, so I could share it with you guys. See how much I care about you guys? Care about your opinions? Okay, now, I don't think so. Right. The person, okay, so here are the things I want you to consider. The person who sang that song that you just heard and you just went to, that person probably tours. And if that singer is a touring musician and they sing 3 to 5 concerts a week for several months, then they are probably doing something right. Because otherwise they would trash their voice. And you just can't have that schedule and be doing everything wrong. So I would encourage you to listen to the song with that in mind. Just go, I'm not going to listen for what this singer is doing wrong. I'm going to listen for what they're doing and maybe even what they're doing right. So there's one thing to consider. Now, if the singer, your little singer, if their default sound is healthy and efficient, then they can get away with doing things that are less healthy and less efficient. Things, vocal affectations that maybe wouldn't be the best thing for their voices if they did them all the time. But if they do it now and then and they have a default healthy sound, you're probably okay, unless they have super sensitive voices, because once in a while somebody has a very sensitive voice. If your singer is not particularly enamored of this particular thing that is making your skin crawl, then you're in the clear. You can just blow it off. Or you could say, so, student, hear how this singer is making this particular phrase or doing this particular thing. You know, I am not super comfortable with that sound. And I think we could do something else there. We could do a different thing. We could introduce some other kind of texture or embellishment. And it would feel great and maybe be more of a you thing and less of a them thing. So, like get the student thinking as an artist a little bit. So there's another thing. Now, that was number 3. Number 4 is in classical music. A voice that does not deliver clarity of tone is a bad thing. We are looking for clarity of tone in classical. But in popular music, it's not about sounding beautiful. Here's my theme again. Ready, Rita? It's not about sounding beautiful. It's about sounding interesting or compelling and or emotionally transparent. That's what it's about. So if someone has a voice that's a little raspy or a little bit squeaky, that's a good thing. in popular styles, that can be a really good thing. In fact, a lot of singers have varying degrees of dysphonia, and they sing happily their whole lives long. If the singer with the hairy voice that your student brought in as their example, as someone they want to emulate, um, that singer probably does not have an unhealthy voice. They just have a raspy sound. And actually, I have a story about that I could tell you, but I kind of don't want. Rita says, right. Okay, I'm going to tell you the story because I feel like it, and the rest of my stuff is fairly short today. So I married a man who is a rock singer. He's a rock baritone, and he sings his butt off. And when I first heard him, we were in the same band. Isn't that cute? Anyway, we met in a band, and here's this big, hairy, scratchy voice coming out of this man. Oh, don't get me started on Billie Eilish. Rita says, don't get me started on Billie Eilish. I know, girl. I actually have Billie Eilish is one of the people in my handout today. I found a song that you could sing. You just can't sing it like her. Anyway, so here's my guy that I'm dating, and he has this big hairy voice, and I just assumed, because he told me all these stories about, various degrees of debauchery in his past, that he had damaged his voice, he was a sex, drugs, rock and roll guy, and he had messed up his voice, and that's why it was all scratchy. And then when I had been married to him for a couple of years, we found a 45 of his very first recording when he was 16 years old, and he went to Nashville and he recorded a 45. And I listened to it, and I swear to God, you guys, it was the same voice. The same voice. It was scratchy. And it was the same. And that's when I started to really notice and look into things, because I had always assumed that scratchy voices meant unhealthy voices, but that is not the case. You can have a scratchy and healthy voice. There we go. Okay. And if none of those things that I said to consider apply, shoot me a message on Facebook and we will do it. Okay. Now, la 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 la. I have pictures. There we go. That was my things to consider. Oh, wasn't that cute? I didn't get to use it. Oh, well, here we go. One of the modules in the upcoming neurovocal method certification class is about this exact thing. How textures and embellishments work in CCM styles, and how to handle them in a healthy and confident way. There's that word again. I'd love to have you join the class, and I will put a link in the comments. Oh, is that Amanda floating a heart? Amanda took the class. She loved the class. So I will put a link in the comments, and it won't sign you up, but you can get more information if you are interested in taking a peek. So last week I talked about how overwhelming it can be to pick songs. That was my other one. Dang it. Okay. So how overwhelming it can be to pick songs for pop rock students. And there's so many choices and so many genres. So where do you start? And so today I'm going to throw out a few strategies that you can use to help narrow down your choices. So the first idea, and you're really going to like this one, I think, is to put it squarely on the student's shoulders. Make it their problem. So after you have your initial fit meeting, right? So you've had your first meeting, you've dazzled them with your fancy footwork, and they adore you and they want to study with you. And you say to them, for your very first lesson, I would like you to bring in a list of 10 songs that you would like to sing. Oh, now I can do it. Nope. There we go. A list of 10 songs. And then they will get all weird about that, probably, most of them. And then you say, you don't have to be able to sing those right now. You maybe never, or maybe you love a song that's currently too high for you or too low, or, but what I want is, in a perfect world, if you could sing, if you were the singer you want to be, what 10 songs would you want to sing? And then they bring the list in. And if they don't bring the list in, too bad for them, because you're going to use their lesson time to make this list. Don't you be doing their work for them. Okay. And then once they have the list, you will know a lot. You know a lot about them. You know, and when they are ready to start a new song, that when you're ready to start a new song with that student, you refer to the list. You can change the key. What if it doesn't have to be perfect? What if it can be just good enough? If they really can't sing that song, then what song is like that song that they can sing? Oh, here's a fun, handy little thing, which is not in the handout, so you will have to remember this. You don't have to personally know what song is like that song, because guess what? Google does. Seriously, if your student wants to sing, let's say they want to sing Chandelier by Sia, which is a ridiculously difficult song, and your student is not up to singing Chandelier by Sia, you can put into the search, what song is like Chandelier? I'm not kidding you. You will get a big old list. I did that for the purpose of this live. And right away, it showed me Rolling in the Deep by Adele and Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, and another Sia song called Cheap Thrills, which is much, much easier. So those are all terrific songs, and they're significantly easier than Chandelier, which is not easy, as I mentioned. So I have a couple of, no. Okay, so there we go. So 10, that's their list of 10 songs that you're going to keep, and you're going to keep adding to, hopefully. Now here's an idea for your studio. This is an everybody thing. Oh my God. Alive by Sia. Oh wait. Amanda says Alive by Sia is a monster too. Yeah, a lot of Sia's songs are really difficult because she's an amazing singer and she can. She just can. Yeah, you guys, y'all have to. Rita says this stuff is good. Yeah, you stop working so hard. Make them do it. Make them do it. Okay, so now this is a studio idea, and this is where you get to put on your educator hat. I'm going to be a music educator, not just a voice educator. And 3 to 5 months before you do a recital. And if y'all are doing online recitals, it's maybe even more fun. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so you tell your students that there's going to be a theme. And so everybody will be learning at least one song from your theme. So, themed performance. There we go. So this really narrows things down for you a lot and makes it really easy. So let's say you're, Michelle, don't worry about it. So let's say you say, we're going to do jazz, or we're going to do big band jazz, or we're going to do Motown, or we're going to do country, or we're going to do singer-songwriters, or songs that were recorded by a band. You just pick a theme, and then further you can assign time constraints to that theme. So maybe not Motown, because that kind of has this time implicit, but like we're going to do country tunes from the 90s. Which was just before all of the stuff out of Nashville started sounding exactly the same. Or we're going to do like singer-songwriter stuff from the 2000s. You can narrow things down that way. Big band from the 50s. So you think of you can even use a category that you like and love, have some expertise in. That would be great. And then you tell your students, we're going to do this thing. Woohoo! It's going to be so fun. You're going to learn some Motown. And actually, it is kind of great because people do, as we all know, people tend to listen to the stuff they already like. You could do style of Motown, says Amanda Kaiser. And Amanda Kaiser teaches music theater people. So she totally could do style of Motown as her theme for music theater people. Way to go. Good thinking. So there you go. What if you said to everybody, we're going to do jazz, and then your student who previously was listening just to Billie Eilish, for instance, now falls in love with Esperanza Spalding, who is a genius musician. And she goes, I love this. And now all of a sudden she's listening to a different kind of music. Sorry, but a much more sophisticated kind of music. And, well, no, I'm not sorry, because Esperanza Spalding is like, she's whoa. She's whoa. Anyway, So then they've learned something. They've expanded their horizons. And thank you, voice teacher, for introducing me to this new stuff. So there's a couple of ideas for you. The 10 songs list and the themed recital thing really makes things easier. And now I want to suggest a practice for you to start in your studio. And it doesn't take any extra time, but in the long run, it will save you time. It won't save you time this month, but in the long run, it will save you time. And I'm going to suggest that you start a file. And I don't care how you do it. I'm old school. I have a 3-ring binder because I want to be able to just, I don't know about you, but I have so many places I put things on my computer that when I go looking for them, often I don't know where they are. And also I started this thing more than 15 years ago. So I just like paper, I can just get to it really fast. And then in my binder, I have sections, and the sections are marked. And I have this in the handout, by the way: small range, easy melody, style, blending, and badass. Those are my tabs. So I have pieces of paper in those sections where I write the names of songs. And in fact, right, the download today, Pop Songs to Make Everybody Happy, will kind of show you how I do that. And the songs that go in there are either songs that I've worked on with a student, or songs that I have heard and then remembered long enough to write them down when I'm in my studio again. That where I write, like, there's, when you're having lunch with somebody and the music is on and you're not listening to your friend because you're singing along with the music that's being piped in, and you hear like an Eagles song and you go, yeah, that would be a great song. So that, and then you have it. So I've been keeping this folder, like I said, for more than 15 years, and it's just my go-to. So now I can just like, boom, there's some ideas for people. For those people who go, I like everything, I don't care, but you pick something for me. Which I hate when they do that. But anyway, I know. Now you know the real reason I don't pick I'm not a classical teacher because, well, besides the fact that I can't sing classical, but also because I would have to pick music for people. So once again, sorry, you guys, I've been a little rambly today. I was a little wound up getting in here, but I'm going to make it up to you with my freebie today. So, which is pop rock songs, a short list to make everybody happy. And when this video is wrapped up, I will add a link in the comments where you can download that resource. And if you are watching live, be sure to hop over to my Facebook page if you're not already on my Facebook page, and you can get that, or watch in the replay. It will be in the comments. So check out the comments for the download. I'm Meredith Colby. I hope you come next week for my CCM Pop Mojo class again. It will be different than the last one and probably better because I've already practiced it now. So thank you for being here with me today. I value your time. I'm here every week at 1 o'clock Chicago time, and I hope you will join me again. Take care of yourself. Be good for yourself. Ask for what you need, and have a great week. Bye, guys.